Mother knows best, right or wrong. An Oregon mom recently defied a court order, went on the run with her 13-year-old daughter. Why? She believed the teen, who had gone through 6 months of chemotherapy for a rare liver cancer, was better suited using CBD oil and other treatments to shrink her tumor rather than a more invasive surgery that had been recommended by doctors. So the mother did eventually turn herself over to police, now facing 2 counts each of second-degree custodial interference and first-degree criminal mistreatment. And let's get into this, and we can tease out some of the specifics as we walk through this case, because there are so many elements to me. Where do you draw the line? And that's why I want to start with you, Mary, because I heard this case, and my first thought was, when does a state have the right legally to essentially take a child away?
When a parent is not acting in the best interest of the child and the child's well-being. It's this doctrine that was created a long time ago called parents patres, meaning that the state can step in as like a surrogate parent and act on the child's behalf if the child is in danger.
So is this a situation in court where the medical doctors are in there explaining their case
Absolutely.
for why in this situation
Now, this
she would
wasn't
need
just
surgery?
something nilly-willy where some judge is sitting in the office and signs an order. There is medical testimony that should have been presented to the judge. The doctors go in and testify as to what the best course of treatment would be. And the judge then has to make a decision as what is in the best interest, what the mom's saying or what the doctors are saying. And yes, the state can always step in.
And then in this case, this is a rare, potentially lethal malignancy of the liver. And the best treatment to help this young woman is surgery to remove part of the liver and possibly a liver transplant. I know big time complicated surgery. I don't wish this on anybody, but that's the best course of action for her.
And it pulls at your heartstrings because I'm going to assume the mother truly believes in her heart and soul that the best course of treatment for her daughter might be CBD oil and alternative treatments. And you feel for the mother also because she had to watch her daughter go through 6 months of chemotherapy. And anyone who's seen someone go through chemotherapy, it can have devastating side effects. And it's really hard to see someone get that sick and have that be the treatment.
Yeah.
Now, having said all of that, and I'm a big believer in the potential for CBD.
But not for liver cancer.
Well, and that, exactly. But it sounds like the mom has gotten some advice from non-medical people saying that this is the answer. And so I can understand as a mother why you would tend towards that advice and start to feel like your medical doctors are being overly aggressive. Legally, is there a way to take the child out of the mother's custody, but then acknowledge, hey, mom, you were in the wrong here. So you're no longer making medical decisions for your daughter, but we don't want to put you in prison. I don't think the mom's intentionally trying to hurt her daughter. It
Well,
feels
no judge
harsh.
is going to want to put her in prison.
Okay.
You know, no judge is going to want to do that.
But can that happen?
Well, we always got probation, you know, you
Okay.
give her a chance. You know, the whole purpose of a family court is to reunite a family.
Okay.
The courts don't want to keep the child from the mother forever. You know, the courts want to do the reunification. That's the purpose of the family court.
I also think it's important as a show. I think we're very open-minded when it comes to alternative treatments, complementary treatments.
Yes.
And there are certainly scenarios where, especially with cancer, you can argue that taking a less aggressive approach is appropriate. In this situation, when you're looking at a 13-year-old who potentially has the rest of her life before her, I respect the fact that the courts are going to err on the side of being aggressive. It would be different if she were 83 years old and said, you know what, I don't want to have this surgery, or 73 years old, and I want to take CBD and eat healthy and keep this cancer at bay, which lifestyle interventions do help, 100%. They can absolutely help, but I appreciate the fact that with a 13-year-old, you have to, it seems to me, legally err on the side of, let's try to give her the longest possible life.
What is the well-being of the child? I want that child to live.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're trying to accomplish. And sometimes the moms are distorted in their decision-making process.